There are celebrities. And then there is Taylor Swift, a woman who changed the music industry, a songwriter who turned personal stories into global anthems, an artist who can sell out stadiums, break records, and make the entire world stop with one announcement. But behind the awards, behind the billions of streams, behind the millions of fans screaming her name, there is a Taylor Swift that many people never see. A Taylor who is surprisingly funny. A Taylor who is extremely protective of the people she loves. A Taylor who has faced fear, heartbreak, criticism, and impossible pressure, but somehow continued becoming stronger. Today, we're looking at some of the most surprising, emotional, and unbelievable stories from Taylor Swift's life. From the secrets behind her famous cats, to the moments she stopped her own concerts to protect fans, to the struggles she faced when the entire world was watching. These are the moments that reveal the real Taylor Swift. Welcome back to Taylor Timeline. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to Taylor Timeline for more incredible stories, hidden moments, and the latest updates from the world of Taylor Swift. Now, let's go back in time. Most people know Taylor Swift loves cats, but few people realize just how important they have become in her life. Her famous cat Olivia Benson is not just a pet. She has become a part of Taylor's brand. Olivia has appeared alongside Taylor in advertisements, music-related projects, and public moments. The Scottish Fold became one of the most recognizable celebrity pets in the world. And that's what makes Taylor's relationship with her cat so interesting. For Taylor, they are not just animals living in her house. They are companions who have been there through some of the biggest moments of her career. During interviews, Taylor has often shown her playful side when talking about her cats. And fans love seeing this completely different version of her. Because while the world sees a global superstar, at home, Taylor is simply someone who loves spending time with her pets. Taylor Swift's voice has become one of the most valuable things in the entertainment industry. But before one of her biggest tours, Taylor made a decision that shocked many people. Reportedly protected one of her most important assets, her legs. As a performer who spends hours dancing, walking, and performing on massive stages, Taylor understands that her body is part of her career. For an ordinary person, insurance like this may sound unbelievable. But for performers at Taylor's level, protecting their ability to perform is serious business. Because one injury could affect an entire tour, thousands of fans, millions of dollars, and years of preparation. Taylor's success is not only built on talent, it is also built on protecting the tools that allow her to create. For years, Taylor Swift's personal life has been watched by millions. But her relationship with Travis Kelce surprised almost everyone. A pop superstar, an NFL champion. Two completely different worlds. Many people never expected their paths to cross. But the beginning of their story was almost like something from a movie. Travis revealed that he tried to get Taylor's attention by making a friendship bracelet during her Eras tour. His plan was simple, but it didn't go exactly how he imagined. At first, he didn't even get the chance to meet her. But what started as a missed opportunity eventually became one of the biggest celebrity relationships in the world. And what surprised fans the most was how normal their connection appeared behind the fame. They supported each other. They celebrated each other's success. And millions of people became invested in their journey. Taylor Swift has performed in front of hundreds of thousands of people. But even in the middle of a massive concert, she notices her fans. During one performance, Taylor saw something wrong happening in the crowd. Fan appeared to need urgent help. Instead of ignoring it and continuing the show, Taylor immediately stopped. She pointed security toward the situation. She continued asking if the fan was okay. She refused to move forward until she knew help was arriving. For Taylor, the concert could wait. A person's safety mattered more And moments like this explain why so many fans admire her. Because even on the biggest stages in the world, she still pays attention to the individual people standing in front of her. When people look at Taylor Swift today, they see success. They see sold-out stadiums. They see awards, records, and millions of fans around the world. But behind the biggest moments of her career, there were also moments of fear, pain, and personal struggles that almost nobody saw, because even the biggest stars in the world go through moments where they feel helpless. And for Taylor, one of the hardest chapters of her life involved the person who had always been beside her, her mother, Andrea Swift. Taylor Swift has always had a close relationship with her family. From the beginning of her career, her parents supported her dream. They believed in her when she was just a young girl writing songs and hoping to make it in the music industry. But in 2015, Taylor and her family received devastating news. Her mother, Andrea, was diagnosed with cancer. For Taylor, this was not just a headline. This was her family. This was the person who had supported her through every dream, every failure, and every victory. The diagnosis changed the way Taylor looked at life. Suddenly, the biggest concerts and biggest achievements did not feel as important as spending time with the people she loved. A few years later, Taylor revealed that her mother's health battle became even more difficult. In 2019, Andrea faced cancer again, and this time, Taylor described the experience as one of the most emotional moments of her life. She turned those feelings into music. The song, "Soon You'll Get Better," became one of Taylor's most personal songs ever. It was not written to become a hit. It was written because Taylor needed a way to express feelings that were almost impossible to explain. During interviews, Taylor struggled to even talk about the song because of how deeply connected it was to her mother's fight. For fans, it showed a side of Taylor they rarely saw. Not the superstar. Not the performer. Just a daughter worried about someone she loved. Taylor Swift's career has not always been a smooth journey. There were moments when she faced massive criticism. Moments when millions of people judged her. Moments when she felt like the entire world was watching her every move. But one thing Taylor has always done is turn difficult experiences into something powerful. Every challenge became inspiration. Every criticism became motivation. Every painful moment became part of her story. That ability to transform negativity into creativity is one of the biggest reasons Taylor has remained successful for so long. One of the most famous controversies of Taylor Swift's career happened at the MTV Video Music Awards. Taylor was celebrating a major achievement when Kanye West interrupted her acceptance speech. The moment became one of the most talked about incidents in pop culture. But what many people forget is that before this moment, Taylor actually respected Kanye as an artist. She had talked about being a fan of his music. She even mentioned that one of his albums was among the first albums she ever purchased. The situation completely changed how the public viewed their relationship. And for Taylor, it became one of the first times she experienced what it felt like to have her personal moments become worldwide entertainment. But what made Taylor's response different was how she handled it. Instead of creating endless public drama, she focused on moving forward. She continued making music. She continued performing. And she continued building her career. Years later, many fans looked back at that moment as one of the experiences that helped shape Taylor into the artist she became. One of the biggest parts of Taylor Swift's songwriting has always been honesty. She takes personal experiences and turns them into songs that millions of people connect with. And many of her most famous songs came from moments of heartbreak. From early relationships to difficult endings, Taylor never hid the fact that emotions were part of her creative process. Songs like All Too Well became powerful because fans felt the emotion behind every lyric. For Taylor, heartbreak was not just something painful. It became a story, a memory, a piece of art. But the most surprising thing about Taylor Swift is that even after experiencing criticism, heartbreak, and difficult moments, she continued choosing kindness. She continued supporting fans. She continued showing that success does not have to change who you are. And some of her most incredible moments came not from the stage, but from the simple ways she treated people. In the next part of Taylor Timeline, we'll look at Taylor's unbelievable hidden facts, her intelligence, her unusual habits, her expensive lifestyle, and the moments that prove she is unlike any other superstar. Taylor Swift is one of the most recognizable people on the planet. Millions of fans know her songs. Millions know her performances. Millions know the public image of the superstar who fills stadiums around the world. But behind that famous image, there are hundreds of details about Taylor that many people have never discovered. From her unusual habits, to her incredible intelligence, to the surprising things she collects. These hidden details reveal a completely different side of Taylor Swift. Many people know Taylor as a songwriter. But what some fans don't realize is how deeply involved she is in every part of her career. Taylor is not only a performer. She is a writer, a businesswoman, a producer, and someone who pays incredible attention to detail. From planning tours, to creating visual concepts, to writing songs that connect with millions of people, Taylor has always been known for being extremely involved in her own work. That dedication is one of the reasons she has been able to stay at the top of the music industry for so many years. Even though Taylor is known for her fun personality, she has always had a very serious side. During interviews and public appearances, fans have noticed something interesting. Taylor treats even small challenges like they are important. Whether it is a music performance, a songwriting question, or even a simple game on television, Taylor gives it her full attention. One unforgettable example happened during an appearance on a late-night show. Taylor was challenged to name as many different cat breeds as possible in a short amount of time. Most celebrities would treat it like a funny game. But Taylor, she approached it like a competition. She focused. She prepared. And her answer surprised everyone. The moment became popular among fans because it showed something very Taylor. She loves cats. But she also loves winning. Taylor Swift has won some of the biggest awards in music history. But unlike many celebrities who carefully display their trophies in special rooms, Taylor has a different approach. She has joked about keeping some awards in unusual places around her home. For Taylor, these achievements are meaningful, but they are also reminders of the journey, the struggles, the hard work, the years before the fame. It shows that even after reaching incredible success, Taylor still remembers where she started. Most people imagine celebrities as fearless. They perform in front of thousands of people. They walk red carpets. They handle massive attention. But Taylor has admitted that she also has fears. One surprising fear she has talked about is the possibility of being falsely accused or misunderstood. For someone who has spent years living under public attention, that fear is understandable. Because when millions of people watch your life, a misunderstanding can become a worldwide story within minutes. Taylor's career has shown her that fame brings incredible opportunities, but it also brings enormous pressure. Taylor Swift is known for her iconic fashion choices. From red carpet appearances, to music videos, to unforgettable stage outfits, her style has become part of her identity. Over the years, Taylor has worn some extremely valuable jewelry pieces. Some pieces featured rare diamonds, gemstones, and custom designs created specifically for major events. But what makes these moments interesting is not only the price. It is the meaning behind them. Taylor often uses fashion as a way to tell a story. A color, an outfit, a small detail. Everything can represent a different era of her life. While Taylor Swift is one of the most famous people in the world, her family has always remained an important part of her life. Before fame, her parents supported her dreams. They helped her move toward Nashville when she was young so she could pursue music. They believed in her before millions of fans knew her name. Taylor has often spoken about how much her family's sacrifices meant during the beginning of her career. Because becoming a global superstar did not happen overnight. It required years of support, dedication, and belief. Perhaps the most special thing about Taylor Swift is the connection she has built with her audience. Many artists have fans. But Taylor created something different. A community. A group of people who feel connected not only to her music, but to her story. And that connection is why Taylor often goes beyond what fans expect. She notices people. She listens. She remembers moments. And sometimes, she changes someone's life with a simple action. But Taylor's journey has not only been about fame and success. She has also faced criticism, pressure, and moments where the entire world was watching. And one of the biggest examples of her strength came from how she handled challenges while continuing to help others. In the next part of Taylor Timeline, we'll reveal Taylor Swift's biggest acts of kindness, the fans she changed forever, her incredible charity work, and why many people believe her greatest achievement is not her music. It's the way she treats people. When people talk about Taylor Swift, they usually talk about the records, the billions of streams, the sold-out stadiums, the awards, the history she has created. But there is another part of Taylor Swift's story that cannot be measured by numbers. It is the way she treats people. Because behind the superstar image, behind the cameras and the spotlight, there is a person who has repeatedly used her success to make someone else's life better. And some of her most unforgettable moments did not happen on a stage. They happened when nobody expected it. Taylor Swift has always understood the power of music. For many fans, her songs are not just entertainment. They are memories. They are comfort during difficult times. They are a reminder that someone else understands what they are feeling. And sometimes, Taylor learns about a fan's story and decides to do something extraordinary. Scarlett one of those stories only 9 years old a young when she was diagnosed with a serious illness. Doctors gave her family heartbreaking news. But even during such a difficult time, Scarlett had one dream. She wanted to see Taylor Swift perform live. When Taylor heard about Scarlett's story, she wanted to help make that dream happen. Taylor and her team connected with Scarlett's family and created a moment she would never forget. For a young fan going through one of the hardest battles imaginable, that concert became more than just a show. It became a memory that her family would treasure forever. Many celebrities donate money. Many celebrities support charities. But what makes Taylor Swift's actions stand out to fans is how personal they often feel. Over the years, Taylor has donated millions of dollars to different causes. She has supported communities affected by disasters. She has helped people during difficult moments. And many times, these actions happened quietly without a huge announcement. For Taylor, helping people has often been about making a difference, not about receiving attention. Taylor Swift has always had a special connection with Nashville. It is the city where her dream began, the place where she moved as a teenager to chase music. So when tragedy affected the community she considered home, Taylor stepped forward. After devastating floods impacted Tennessee, Taylor donated a significant amount of money to help recovery efforts. For many people, the donation was not just financial support. It was a message. One thing fans often mention about Taylor is that many of her kind actions happen away from cameras. She has surprised fans with gifts. She has helped people during personal struggles. She has reached out when someone needed encouragement. And sometimes, the biggest moments are the ones the public never sees. Because kindness does not always need an audience. But being one of the most famous people in the world also comes with challenges. Taylor has faced criticism from every direction. Her relationships have been analyzed. Her appearance has been discussed. Her career choices have been questioned. Every decision becomes a headline. Every mistake becomes a worldwide conversation. Yet through all of it, Taylor has continued creating, continued performing, continued connecting with fans. That ability to keep moving forward is one of the biggest reasons people admire her. Of course, Taylor Swift's success has also brought criticism. One of the biggest discussions surrounding her has been her use of private aircraft. Because of her global career, Taylor travels frequently between concerts, events, and personal commitments. Critics have questioned the environmental impact. Supporters have defended her, pointing out the demands of her schedule and the security challenges that come with extreme fame. The debate shows something important about Taylor's level of celebrity. Almost every decision she makes becomes part of a worldwide conversation. Another side of Taylor's life that many fans rarely think about is security. Being one of the most recognizable people on Earth means safety is a serious concern. Taylor has dealt with unwanted attention and dangerous situations involving individuals who crossed boundaries. Because of this, her security team plays a major role in protecting her. The world sees the concerts, the red carpets, the public appearances. But behind every moment is a team working to make sure Taylor can safely continue doing what she loves. At the end of the day, Taylor Swift's biggest achievement may not be a chart record. It may not be a trophy. It may not even be a billion-dollar tour. It may be the connection she created with millions of people. Fans do not only support Taylor because of her music. They support her because they feel seen by her. They feel understood. They feel connected. And that connection has become one of the strongest forces in modern entertainment. Taylor Swift's story is filled with success. But it is also filled with challenges. Moments where she had to fight. Moments where she had to grow. Moments where she had to prove herself again and again. And in the next part of Taylor Timeline, we'll explore the moments that changed Taylor forever, from her biggest career decisions, the battles behind her music, to the reasons she became one of the most powerful artists of her generation. There are very few people in history who completely change their industry. People who don't just succeed, but redefine what success looks like. Taylor Swift is one of those people. From a teenager with a guitar and a dream, to one of the most influential artists in the world, Taylor's journey has been filled with moments that almost nobody expected. But the most fascinating part of her story is not only what she achieved. It is how many times she had to fight to get there. Before the stadiums, before the awards, before millions of fans knew her name. Taylor Swift was simply a young girl who loved writing songs. She dreamed about becoming an artist. But chasing that dream required sacrifices. At a young age, Taylor and her family moved to Nashville because they believed in her talent. It was a huge decision. A new city, a new environment, a completely different life. But Taylor had something that separated her from many others. She was determined. She was willing to work. And she refused to give up. One of the biggest moments in Taylor Swift's career was her battle to own her music. For years, Taylor's songs had become part of people's lives. Fans connected with them. They created memories with them. But behind the scenes, Taylor faced a complicated situation involving ownership of her original recordings. Instead of staying quiet, Taylor made a decision that changed the music industry. She began re-recording her albums. The project became known as Taylor's Version. What started as a personal fight became a movement. It showed artists around the world the importance of understanding and protecting their creative work. When Taylor Swift announced the Eras Tour, nobody could have predicted how massive it would become. It was not just a concert. It was a celebration of her entire career. Each era represented a different chapter. Different music. Different emotions. Different memories. Fans traveled across countries. Cities prepared for huge crowds. Businesses benefited from the excitement. The tour became a cultural phenomenon. People who attended were not just watching a performance. They were experiencing a piece of music history. Many people see Taylor only as a singer. But her career shows that she is also a powerful businesswoman. She has been involved in creative decisions, marketing, visual storytelling, tour production, and the overall direction of her brand. Taylor understood something important. Being talented is only one part of success. Building a lasting career requires vision. And that vision helped her become one of the most successful artists of her generation. But with incredible success comes incredible pressure. Taylor Swift's life has been watched by millions. Her relationships, her appearance, her music, her choices. Everything becomes a discussion. For many years, Taylor experienced criticism that could have stopped another person. But instead of disappearing, she used those experiences as fuel. She transformed criticism into songs, doubt into motivation, and challenges into new chapters. The reason so many people connect with Taylor is simple. She is not just a superstar. She is a storyteller. Her songs talk about emotions people understand. Love, loss, growing up, changing, finding yourself. Fans see pieces of their own lives inside her music. That connection is something money cannot buy. It is built over years. So what comes next for Taylor Swift? That is the question millions of fans continue asking. Will she create more music? Will she explore new projects? Will she continue breaking records? Nobody knows. But if Taylor's history has taught us anything, it is that she always finds a way to surprise the world. Every ending becomes a beginning. Every challenge becomes a new story. Every era creates another unforgettable moment. Taylor Swift's journey is not only about fame. It is about resilience. It is about creativity. It is about believing in yourself even when the world doubts you. From a young songwriter chasing a dream to a global icon inspiring millions, Taylor Swift created a timeline unlike anyone else. A timeline filled with music, memories, challenges, victories, and moments that will never be forgotten. This is why Taylor Swift is more than a superstar. She is a symbol of determination, a symbol of reinvention, and a reminder that the biggest dreams often begin with one small step. This is Taylor Timeline. If you enjoyed this journey through Taylor Swift's incredible story, make sure to subscribe to Taylor Timeline for more emotional stories, hidden moments, and the latest updates from the world of Taylor Swift. Because her story is still being written, and the next era may be her greatest one yet.